Hi, so we are going to have a bit of an anatomy lesson today. Loads of people have heard of the rotator cuff. I do hear it called all sorts of things, but it is the rotator cuff, all right? So where is it and what does it do? So I'm going to spin you around so we can see the back of the skeleton. Here he is. So this is your shoulder blade from the back. Obviously, this is your shoulder joint from the back. Now, the rotator cuff is a group of 4 muscles, okay? So we've got one coming up of the bottom of the shoulder blade, the scapula, one coming up across the top through this tunnel, and then it bolts on here. We've got one coming through here, and then one actually sits sort of underneath the scapula and wraps around. Now, the one that sits on top and goes through this tunnel is the one that gets into the most. Now that one is called supraspinatus. You don't have to remember that, but that's the one that most commonly gets his knickers in a twist and then gives me the runaround. So rotator cuff injuries can be quite tricky to treat. It's really important that they're properly diagnosed and then appropriately treated, or maybe even referred on for more intervention that I can offer as an osteopath. But yeah, I do get asked that a lot. What is the rotator cuff? Where is it? And what does it do? Primarily, it is there to move and control your shoulder joint. So ligaments usually have the job of joint stability, but the ligaments in the shoulders are quite lax. They've almost gone away on holiday and just doing their thing. So the rotator cuff muscles have a dual role. They're there to stabilize the shoulder as well as move it. And that is therefore sometimes why they do get themselves injured, and then I get involved and hopefully help. They are tricky to rehab, so it is important that your rehabilitation exercises for a rotator cuff injury are specific to you. And there's lots of do's and don'ts. You might want to avoid sleeping on them, you might avoid overly loading and lifting heavy things. So if you are dealing with a tricky shoulder that's giving you some grief, don't leave it, get it looked at, and happy to help. So any other questions, send them in.